Yeah, y'all tweaking. I understand that our system's broken and I'm just a little cog chilling. Hi, I'm Cog. Nice to meet y'all. Me no speak English on that one, but everything else, yes. I don't really know what's going on with my
Okay,
support
this
system, but
is
it's
this
burned
is
down
my
relationship
turn
with
to
my family.
talk, Mr. Mullins.
You guys know I have
Mr.
no clue what the hell y'all are doing. You have no details. You're making a bunch of judgments on very, 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 very misguided details. And the frail line
Okay,
of understanding that you
Mr.
understand.
Mullins, you're
I
going to
can't even
talk
speak
with your
because this is
attorney.
discouraging. What's the Rotary Club? Who am
Okay.
I? Do you guys know who I am? My name's Jacob Edwin Mullins. You guys know who I am. That's crazy. You guys are playing
Mr.
silly ass
Feigelson,
games
did
with
you have
real
anything else?
That's
Today's case features one of the most unhinged sovereign citizens we've seen in
leaves
a
court
courtroom.
owing thousands.
This defendant
Humiliated
is facing
after
serious
openly
charges
telling the
after
judge
setting
she
fire
wasn't
to his
paying.
parents' property.
That one
an
outburst
act
cost
so
her.
extreme that his
Both
own
in
family
fines
has
and
cut
credibility.
ties with him completely.
It's no surprise
Yet
she
instead
lost
of
custody in the
accountability,
first place.
he clings to
The
the
behavior
usual
speaks for
sovereign
itself.
citizen rhetoric.
Whether the father
claiming the
actually
legal
collects the
system
money
has
is
no
another
authority
story.
over him.
But one
What
thing
makes
is
this
clear.
even more
Her
striking is
defiance
how he
only
frames it
backfired.
as some kind of
This hearing is a
personal freedom
perfect
fight.
example of why
The
respect
reality,
and honesty
however,
matter in front of a judge.
is that his behavior
Because when
reads
you
less
lose
like
control,
courage and more like
you lose
chaos
the case.
spiraling out of control.
To you, are you Jacob Edwin Mullins?
yes.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Feigelson, if you would enter your appearance, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Stephen Feigelson on behalf of Mr. Mullins, who's present by way of video conferencing this afternoon.
All right, thank you. Mr. Mullins, this is a felony complaint indicating on or about January 24th of 2025 at 216 East Thomas Street, Lansing, Ingham County, Michigan. Sir, count one alleges that you did willfully and maliciously burn, damage, or destroy by fire or explosive personal property with a value of $1,000 or more, but less than $20,000. That is contrary to law. It is a felony, carries a maximum penalty of 5 years and or $10,000 or 3 times the value of the property damaged or destroyed, whichever is greater. Do you understand the charge and the maximum penalty, Mr. Mullins?
I understand your perspective of what occurred and outside
Well,
of that.
hang on. Before you go too far, this is just what's written on the paper. You are presumed innocent. Let me finish, okay? And you'll understand why I'm saying this. You are presumed innocent. So we want to make sure that you don't say anything today that can be used against you. So when you get to talk with your attorney in private, that's when you're going to want to talk about what happened or didn't happen. I can only tell you what the charge is and the penalty is, and then you'll talk to your attorney and they will help you prepare a defense against the charge. Does that make sense?
I'm 29 years old. I understand. Like, you know what I mean? I get it, bro.
Good. Okay. All right, then, Mr. Mullins, you understand the charge and the maximum penalty. You don't have to agree to it. You just understand.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah, no
Okay.
disrespect.
Okay. Perfect. All right, now you do have rights as well. You have the right to plead guilty, not guilty, or stand mute. You have the right to a trial by a judge or a jury, and at that trial you can present or confront witnesses. If they would not appear, the court can order them to do so. You also have the right to a lawyer, and if you cannot afford one, one can be appointed for you at court expense. Additionally, you are presumed innocent, as I said earlier, and if you are found guilty, it has to be beyond a reasonable doubt. You also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or write can be used against you, and you always have the right to have a lawyer present with you at any time that you are questioned. Do you understand those rights, Mr. Mullins?
You said read anything you say or write can be used against you? Did you say that?
Yes, I did say that. Yes, sir.
Me no speak English on that one, but everything else, yes.
At first glance, he seems calm, but it's the calm before the storm. Dressed in a patterned shirt, wearing an almost theatrical expression, He fits the role of someone gearing up for a performance rather than a hearing. And sure enough, he soon launches into the familiar sovereign script. The claims that laws don't apply, that courts have no jurisdiction, that he is beyond accountability. These arguments never hold weight, and the courts have ruled time and again that everyone is subject to the law. His attempt to play word games and act confused does nothing but undermine his credibility further. Considering his own parents accuse him of torching their property, his courtroom theatrics feel more disturbing than amusing.
Okay, good. All right, then, is he applying for an attorney today, Mr. Feigelson?
Yes, he is. He presently works with our office on another matter, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Mullins, what we're going to do is we have 2 hearings set for you on this. A probable cause conference, which is the first hearing. That is February 6th. That's at 8:30 a.m. with Judge Simmons. Excuse me. You are allowed to appear remotely on that. So that's why you will have a colored sheet. I think it's kind of a bluish green. Yep. Okay, you should have that. So you can appear February 6th at 8:30 a.m. remotely or in person. The second hearing is a preliminary exam. You have to appear in person for that. That's on the 6th floor of City Hall, Courtroom 4, and that's February 13th at 8:30 a.m., also with Judge Simmons. So you've got the notice and the Zoom instructions, correct?
Yes.
Good, good. Okay. Now, is there anything I've told you so far that you do not understand?
The one thing I didn't speak English on, yeah, but other than that, yes, everything else I did. I'm an artist. I've been writing a lot of things, so when I write stuff, it's like almost like, you know what I mean? So that's just a arbitration contract thing that I didn't like. So I mean, we'll settle through that. So I would like to just voice that. Other
We
than
could
that, no
just
disrespect.
move
Yes.
forward, sir. Appreciate the.
Correct.
Yeah, you'll talk
you.
about that with your attorney. Absolutely. Okay, so Mr. Mullins, I'm going to stop the live stream so that I can protect.
A low PR bond or a low cash surety bond, Your Honor. Thank you.
If it's
All
any
right,
money,
thank you.
I can't afford it. Let's just say that. I ain't got nothing, and y'all ain't give me any tools to get a job since I've been released from your guys' care. Now, I don't really know what's going on with my support
This
system, but
is
it's
this is
down
my
relationship
turn
with
to
my
talk,
family.
Mr. Mullins.
Metaphor.
Okay, you don't want to talk about that because, like I said, you're gonna you might say something that can be used against you. So the court's
Sounds
going to look at 2 things, Mr. Mullins. I'm going to look at whether or not you're a flight risk and whether or not you are a danger to the public. In regards to that, I'm going to look at your criminal history. I'm going to look at the allegations. I'm going to look at your ties to the community, your employment status. You live with your parents. I look at all of those to determine 2 things. I do have a concern for the safety of the public. On the matter that I arraigned you on first, the arson, you are presumed innocent, but as I look at the allegations, it presents a concern to the court for the safety of you and any other individuals that reside in that location. I understand that would be your parents.
1995.
Okay,
Trust me.
this is my turn, sir. Okay, so based on that, I'm not going to grant you a PR bond because I don't find that that is sufficient to ensure your appearance.
When the discussion turns to bond, his demeanor speaks volumes. His posture, his smirks, and his dismissive attitude suggest someone unlikely to return to court if released. Instead of showing remorse, he blames the system for his struggles, even suggesting the courts failed to help him find employment, as if responsibility for his choices lies anywhere but with himself. This entitlement and lack of accountability make clear why granting bond would be a risk. He presents himself as both unpredictable and unwilling to follow rules, which in a legal setting is a recipe for disaster. Whether intentional or not, his behavior mirrors the traits of someone detached from reality and dangerously convinced the world owes him something.
As protect the public, as specifically here your parents. The court is going to set a cash surety bond on this of $10,000 to ensure your appearance. We're not done yet, sir. Okay, now, first of all, the condition of your release is do not miss any court dates and do not violate any state or local laws while you're on bond. You're not to possess, purchase, or consume any alcohol or controlled substances without a prescription, and you're not to leave the state of Michigan without permission from the court. You also are not allowed to possess or purchase any firearms, ammunition, or dangerous weapons, and you will have to report to pretrial services so that they can set up any pretrial supervision that may be necessary. That's either a phone or an in-person interview. Now, I'm also going to tell you, you cannot have any contact with Daniel Mullins and or Barbara Mullins. You cannot call, write, page, email, text, no electronic communications of any kind. You can't have anybody else contact them on your behalf, and no threatening, harassing, or molesting behavior towards them or anyone else. Additionally, you cannot go within 2,000 feet of where where they're located at any time, including work, home, or school. So what that means is if you have property there, someone can go and get your property and get it for you, but you cannot go there and you can't have any contact at all. Also, you're unable to give me an address at this point. So if you are released, you have 24 hours to notify the public defender's office of the address where you're staying. If you don't do that within the 24 hours, the court then sets a bench warrant for you. Do you understand that? Do you understand what I'm telling you, Mr. Mullins?
I understand that our system's broken and I'm just a little cog chilling. Hi, I'm Cog. Nice to meet y'all.
Okay, all right, let's go over the other file then. This is, again, the 24-03520. Judge Simmons has ordered that you be remanded on that case file because you failed to appear for the probable cause conference. So you will not be released before that hearing that is to be set. Do you understand?
Yeah, y'all tweaking.
All right.
You guys know I have no clue what the hell y'all are doing. You have no details. You're making a bunch of judgments on very, 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 very misguided details. And the frail line understanding that you understand.
You're going to talk with your attorney.
What's the Rotary Club? Who am I? Do you guys know who I am? My name's Jacob Edwin Mullins. You guys know who I am. That's crazy. You guys are playing silly ass games.
Did you have anything else?
I do not, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I am going to order a CMH evaluation on that new file as well.
All right. That's about the one good thing you've done today, and it's not your fault. You're an amazing person, I'm sure, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings or I'm a frustrated individual. So let me just say, I'm sorry for the disrespect. I know it's not your fault necessarily, but this is just a large structure.
Then comes the explosion. His calm mask slips, replaced by erratic rants, unsettling smiles, and bizarre tangents that leave the courtroom unsettled. He paints himself as a misunderstood victim of the system, but the facts are damning. He burned his parents' property, has shown no remorse, and refuses to accept even basic responsibility. His own family wants nothing to do with him, a powerful indicator of how dangerous they believe he has become. The judge listens, patient but firm, reminding him that the courtroom is about law, not theater. And that's the ultimate truth here. His excuses and defiance don't erase the seriousness of his actions. By the end, what's left is the picture of a man who destroyed not only property, but trust, family ties, and his own credibility. This was less a defense than a self-inflicted collapse.